guys, thank you for taking the time to join me. Tonight we're going to be looking at this Dragons of Tarkir fat pack. I apologise for the delay in getting videos out. Honestly, I've just been really busy with work and life, and I really find it amazing how fast a month can go. I can't believe it's already been a month since I made a video, but we'll make up for lost time. Gonna open this up, have a look at the things that come inside it, the literature, and also probably open a few booster packs, see what we find, just have a little chat about it all. Dragons of Tarkir is the third set and final set in the Guardians of Tarkir block. It was released at the 27th of March, so about 2 weeks ago. And just before we start, take a look at this. This is kind of a little thing that was put together for a pre-release event, I believe. I didn't actually attend it, I bought it after the fact. I got the green and white Dramoka set, and what you got inside, a little bit of text explaining how to build a Dramoka deck. This box, which contained, I believe it was 4 Dragons of Tarkir booster packs. This spin down life counter looks pretty nice. And also a set of kind of pre-packaged, so every Dramoka box would include these cards, kind of green and white, specifically for going into a Dramoka deck. I suppose maybe most importantly was this. The Sun Scorch Regent. He, as you can see, he's got a date put on him. The card itself, I'm building a kind of counter deck, so he'd go great in that. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on the Sun Scorch Regent, and you gain 1 life. So that's pretty cool. And when mixed with other cards that benefit from the amount of +1/+1 counters you control, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can see, I'd imagine that it's shiny or holographic, whatever you want to call it. Is probably valueless because everyone who bought this box got this card, but it's kind of cool nonetheless. I just thought I'd show you that. It cost me, I think it's £20, which in retrospect maybe not great value, but it was kind of cool nonetheless. I've never bought anything like it before. Anyway, again, thank you for joining me once more. It's really nice to make these videos, and I apologise. It's not smart of me to be so tardy, but hey, I suppose maybe it is what it is, but making a bit of a mess of this, that's okay. selfish reasons, but I do hope that you enjoy them as well. And as I always say, I really do appreciate any feedback that you'd like to give me. But for now, let's see what we have in here. There's a player's guide. We'll have a look through that in a minute. I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's nice art that continues through inside. Here's the back. We'll discard that for now. Have a look at this. So, as per the Fate Reforged Fat Pack, and I can't really speak to any before it, but it is the same as what's inside, so you get 2 of these deck boxes. There's your art on the back. Maybe we'll build one of those, I don't know. I don't know if that sounds nice or not. We can find out together, I suppose. And then you get this. That's cool. There's a different spin-down life counter to the yellow one I already have. I've already got like 5 of these, but hey. So 5 boosters in there. And then 80 lands included in there for you to build a new deck. And another 4 of these booster packs. I love the sound and feel of these boxes, it's really wonderful. I hope you agree, otherwise my fascination with it is probably quite frustrating, but there you go. Very nice. I'll tell you what, we'll pop it there for now. So let me open this up. Here you go then, the Draconic Clans of Tarkir. There's our boy, Dramoka, Ojatai, Cunning, Silungar, Ruthlessness, Colligan, Speed, and Ataka, Savagery. So I think these guys probably made an appearance back in Fate Reforged. I dare say we actually drew Ataka. There's your art. A world ruled by dragons. What a prospect. Your dragon, their doom. Not sure that's the coolest catchphrase they've ever used, but there it is. read all this because it's not particularly interesting. Got Megamorph, which is a new ability. It's kind of similar to Morph and Manifest, as seen before. Let's read. As was true of Morph, the Megamorph mechanic allows you to play your creatures as face-down 2/2s. The difference is that the Megamorph gives you an interesting choice. Do you cast your creature face up to save mana, or face down for the chance at an even more powerful creature later? I'm sure there'll be some pretty cool cards with that mechanic. As ever, some cool art showing off the different clans. The Dramoka clan is the one I'll probably build around. I mean, listen, Magic is a lot of fun, but wow, it's expensive. So I'm liking green and white. It's quite a classic build, it's quite stereotypical, and I'm sticking to it. I'm enjoying it. And I feel if I started branching out into several decks, I would go crazy. I already spend way too much money on this hobby, so I don't even really play. I just like getting cards. I don't know, maybe not smart, but it is fun. It is fun. The holdASMR clan. This looks blue. The monks, I suppose they're linked. Yeah. So we saw a lot of monks back in Fate Reforged and Guards of Tarkir. Here's their Dragon Lord. holdASMR. Silumgar. There's your black. Classic black. Zombies. Horde. Big Beast. Black. Very cool. Lightning. Horde. Dragon. Red. The Colligan clan. Very cool. That's definitely a classically cool looking dragon. That can't be denied. And a Tarkir. Red and green. The ultimate predator. A Tarkir spends her days and most of her nights hunting and feasting. There you go. Here's Sarkin Vol. I honestly don't know too much about the Planeswalkers. I don't know. I'm just getting back into reading about these sort of things, so I don't know. Perhaps he shows up. I haven't actually pulled a Planeswalker, so I sound really new at this, but long story short, I don't really know all that much about them. I'm getting the feeling there's a few of them. They appear in different forms, in different sets. Usually their core mechanics remain similar, and they almost act as a secondary player that can be attacked, but if they build up their point in the bottom right hand corner, so they can be attacked directly and destroyed that way, and as their points build up, they can then spend points to perform their abilities. There's a useless bit of conjecture. There's Narset. Apparently. Okay, cool. I suppose there's some pretty cool lore and books around this that might be worth reading, but it looks like their fates have been changed, reforged maybe, and see how they have their previous forms and then how they changed. That's pretty cool. I imagine if you're really into the lore and the books, it must be really exciting to see the new cards and how maybe you theorised they would appear and how they actually do appear. It's very cool. Here's the other different types of cards we're going to see. True savagery. And no matter the timeline, some will always be the stuff of legend. What was the savage punch is now the epic confrontation. I'm into it. It's cool. Let's check it out. The 10 coolest Dragons of Tarkir cards. Always makes me laugh. So the Ojutai Exemplars, number 2. I pulled that from a booster pack. It's one of those cards that you pull and you're like, that's pretty cool. And then you start thinking about it. And you're like, hold on, that's really cool. Especially if you've got more than one out. And in the deck that I'm currently building, he fits in brilliantly. So I'd quite like to find a few more of those. Otherwise we have from 10, the Thunderbreak Regent. It's an aggressive 4 mana red card. Surak the Hunt Caller, one of the altered fates from before. A 4 mana 5/4 creature just to start. Nice. 3 power creature to reach formidable. Wow. Yeah, nice. The Scale Guard Sentinels. A 2 mana green creature. Some dragon synergy. Narset Transcendent. So that's Narset's Dragons of Tarkir Planeswalker card, I figure. The Icefall Regent. Sidisi, the Undead Vizier. Apparently, she appeared in the Cards of Tarkir set, and she's up to her old tricks, but this time she is operating from the other side of the grave. Her abilities offer you a trade, the best card in your deck in exchange for your worst creature. Yeah, I would take that as well. Sounds pretty good. The Warbringer. That's a red creature, an orc, that you can dash out. Get a few of those dashing a lot and you are going to be dealing some pretty decent damage. Wow, that's a 3/3 dash for... No, that's very little. And if you get him out, then other dash creatures will cost less. So they'd be a self-serving prophecy if you start getting those out and you've got more dash orcs or goblins. Dragonlord Silumgar. So he's our black and blue Dragonlord. Mind Control. When Dragonlord Silumgar enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature or planeswalker for as long as you control Silumgar. As you might expect from a Dragonlord. That's very good. There's our exemplars. And at number 1, Sarkhan Unbroken. So that's Sarkhan Vols. Dragons of Tarkir, Planeswalker card. Sarkhan has always been obsessed with dragons, and now he has finally found them, hordes of them. When he's not making 4/4 flying dragons, he can provide you with a constant stream of both cards and mana. And if you manage to use his ultimate ability, your opponent will truly know why dragons rule Tarkir. Let's see if we can read what that actually is. So you need to -8 of him for it. Search your library for any number of dragon creature cards and put them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. Wow, yeah. I mean, that's it, right? Yeah. You throw that, the game's over. I would assume. That's a lot of dragons. Here's the card encyclopedia. this then. Just birth this count, the D20. Pretty cool. Pop that there. Got our rules reference card in there. Something I probably do with taking a look at. I think we will go. I think for now we'll open up two, and then I'll probably do another video at some point in the very near future where I open up another two or three. Just realised my camera was not plugged in, which could have been disastrous. Just make sure it's still recording. Okie dokie. Here we go then. The magmatic chasm. 2 mana for a sorcery. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. Our shamans assert their mastery over the land, thwarting the lesser clan's attempt to stand in the way of our Dragon Lord. So, in lore, simply breaks the land apart, so only those with flying can block. Center Soul. 1 and a white for an instant. Target creature you control gains protection from the colour of your choice until end of turn. Has rebound as well. The Updraft Elemental. 2 and an island. Get your flying 1/4 creature. It slips through the smallest cracks in the mountain, emerging whole and unfettered. There is nowhere it cannot go, for what can hold back the air itself? Probably be quite useful for blocking off some of the smaller dragons you might face. The Glade Watcher. 1 and a green for a defender. Creature elemental. So it's a 3/3. this turn as though it didn't have defender, only if you control a total power of 8 or greater, which was part of the course in a green deck. Here's an artifact creature, the Golem. For 1 mana, a 1/2. You may look at face down creatures you don't control. You may do this at any time. That strikes me as quite useful for, if you're against a morph or a megamorph deck, you can kind of get the jump on what your opponent might be up to. The Reckless Imp. 2 and a swamp for a flying 2/2 creature that can't block. But you can pay its dash cost 1 and a swamp. It gains haste and returns to your hand at the end of the end step. So, if they've only got land-based defense, you roll in 2 damage back home. The Ancient Carp. That's pretty cool. 4 and an island. Get you a fish creature. 2/5. Why eat now? What could one day grow into a feast? I would suggest that card's pretty bad, but quite fun nonetheless. An Enduring Victory. 4 and a plains. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Bolster 1. Classic white. Quite expensive, but the bolster's useful. The Segmented Crotique. 5 and a green. Megamorph. 6/5. We take a quick look at Megamorph. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up at any time for its Megamorph cost and put a +1/+1 counter on it. So if you take the risk, you put it out as a Megamorph creature at 2/2, where it could obviously incur fatal damage, and then pay 7 mana. Get a 7/6, which just gives it a little bit of utility. Here's Tail Slash. 2 and a red. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So maybe if you pop this in a big sweaty green deck that gets some big power out early, you could crush a creature, but obviously maybe in a red deck where you play a lot of smaller 1/1, 2/2 creatures, might not be as effective. Another red card. The Seismic Rupture. 2 and a red for a sorcery. Seismic Rupture deals 2 damage to each creature without flying. The Shaman or Shaman open the earth beneath their feet, trapping the survivors within the crevices of Ayakor for Ataka to devour at her leisure. So that's our first uncommon. It's pretty cool. The Dragon Hunter. 1 plains for a 2/1 with protection from dragons, and he can block dragons as though it had reach. Though maybe I would suggest that he would only do that once. I think most dragons would devour a 2/1. The Silumgar Monument. It's an artifact. You pay 3 mana. Tap it to add an island or a swamp to your mana pool. Pay 4 islands and a swamp. No tap. And it becomes a 4/4 blue and black dragon artifact creature with flying until the end of turn. Dare I say it was number 5 on our coolest cards list. It's Sidisi, the Undead Vizier. 3 swamp. Gets you a legendary creature, a zombie naga with death touch, an exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When Sidisi, the Undead Vizier, exploits a creature, you may search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. What's it, is he? And give her a nice little home. There we go. And I feel like this might be running on quite long, but we'll do another one, right? Excuse me, my shoulder is playing up. Okay. The hardened berserker, 2 and a red mana for a 3/2 human berserker. Whenever hardened berserker attacks, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less to cast. That's pretty cool, actually. I like cards that do things like that. The Sandstorm Charger. That's 4 and a plains. For a Megamorph. 3/4 beast creature. May our foes choke upon its horns. A Colligan Skirmisher. 1 and a swamp. Gets you a 2/2 human warrior, but it does have a dash as well. Colligan's armies rush from kill to kill, desperate to avoid the dragon's wrath. Colligan's represented in this booster pretty nicely. Colligan Aspirant. I don't know why I know. 1 and a red for a 2/1 human warrior creature. Whenever Colligan Aspirant becomes blocked by a creature, Colligan Aspirant deals 1 damage to that creature. Quite interesting, I think. She answers the call of the crave, the desire for battle sated only by bloodshed, which all members of the Colligan Draconic clan share. The crave. There's a lovely green card. I like the art on this one. The Sheltered Eyrie. God, on a bad streak of spelling today. 2 and a forest. You can enchant a land with this. Enchanted land has tap, add 2 mana of any 1 colour to your mana pool. I think that's pretty good, actually. Obviously you're spending mana to make mana, as is Green's want, and you're setting up a land to be targeted. Like, that is going to be popular with a destroy land card. But if you are playing maybe a multicolour deck, it does let you switch the utility of a land. You could enchant a swamp and then get it to tap whatever you want. You could tap blue or red, white or green out of it per turn. The Monastery Lawmaster. 3 and an island. Gets you a 3/2 Djinn Wizard with Megamorph. When Monastery Lawmaster is turned face up, return target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard to your hand. I feel like that's pretty... it's an okay card, but importantly, you can keep him turned face down. Turn him up face up when it's good for you. Servant of the Scale. 1 green for a 0/0. +1/+1 counter on it, so a +1/+1. And when Servant of the Scale dies, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Servant of the Scale. So it's a 1/1 creature. If it dies, it puts a 1/1 counter on another creature. But if you stack counters on this guy, he will pass them off on his death. Sidisi's Faithful. That's 1 blue mana for a 0/4 with exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When Sidisi's Faithful exploits a creature, return target creature to its owner's hand. Twin Bolt, 2 mana, 1 and a red. For an instant, deals 2 damage, divided as you choose, among 1 or 2 target creatures and or players. A classic red card, I think. And then a classic green card, Naturalize, 2 mana, destroy target artifact or enchantment. The remains of ancient civilizations litter the rundown land. It's uncommon time. 6 mana. Gets you the Scion of Ugin, a flying dragon spirit creature. 4/4. It's expensive, for sure, but at the same time, in a multicolored deck, it's a guaranteed good goer. So, a Human Monk, 4 and a white, gets you a 3/3 Human Monk. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. The Aven Sunstriker, 1 and 2 planes, gets you a 1/1 flying bird warrior creature with double strike, deals both first strike and regular combat damage. But it has Megamorph too. For 2 extra mana, you can pull it up from a face down 2/2 creature, and it will come up as a 2/2 creature with flying and double strike. Time for a rare. It's the Avatar of the Resolute. That's 2 green mana for a 3/2 with reach and trample. An Avatar of the Resolute enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each other creature you control, with a +1/+1 counter on it. It exemplifies the ideals of the Dromoka: strength, unity, and honor, and I'm loving that card. Honestly, a 3/2 for 2 mana with reach and trample's not bad anyway. If you got him out early, you're going to hopefully make an impact, but more importantly, you get some +1/+1 counters out on creatures, and lots of creatures, and that's going to really be quite one hell of a card for 2 mana. And we also grabbed an island and a Jin Monk token. Okay, I think we'll leave it there, even though I have a great craving and desire to open magic cards all evening. But what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll crack open a couple more on camera at another time. It's really late here, so I should probably get some sleep. Thank you again for joining me. It means a lot. Any feedback I would very much enjoy. We'll do some more Dragons of Tarkir. I've got another couple of ideas for videos. It's nothing groundbreaking or exciting, but just a few things to do on camera. Make some nice noises. Whisper at you a bit, I don't know. Could be good. It'll hopefully be good. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. If there's not, it's not a problem. Other than that, much for watching.